Hey guys, what's up? This is GaLm and welcome to another update video. Today is May 22nd, at least in terms of recording this, and we have a lot to talk about. Like, way more than usual, but I'm also still going to try and condense things down because I've been trying to do this for the last 2 hours, which is why this is going to be going up at a really late hour. But, so we have a lot of things coming. And in terms of summary of the changes that are going to be happening, I am going to be doing a lot of stuff that will allow me to record more and post more. The changes aren't going to be anything like dramatic in terms of like me completely changing the type of content I'm doing. We're not about to become like a vlog channel or go off and just quit YouTube and backpack across America or something like that. No, still intend to do Let's Plays, and I want to do more of them and more consistently. And so we're going to be doing a bunch of stuff that will hopefully allow that to happen. But before we get to that, I do want to announce that I have opened up a Patreon. People have been asking me to open up a Patreon for a while now. I have comments like from 2 years ago being like, "Hey, GaLm, why don't you have a Patreon?" And I answered them like, eh. But now I have opened one up. So if you want to support, you can. Do not feel obligated to, though, because I am fine, you know, in terms of financial security. I can afford the house, I can afford the bills and things like that, and I can afford to feed myself. So don't worry about that. But if you do want to support, then I do have a Patreon at patreon.com/GaLm. And that Patreon has a few different options to choose from for tiers with some kind of combining rewards. And in the future, I'm hoping, right now it's a little bit anemic in terms of rewards, but I'm hoping in the future we can get a lot more, especially for the goals. I want to add some fun goals in the future, you know, like just zany streams, because who knows, maybe we'll do like yoga, just dance kind of things at certain points, but that's gonna be a high up goal, very, very high up kind of goal. But what I can say is there, because I just kind of like say you guys should go look at it yourselves. But at the $1 tier and above, everybody's going to be added. Everybody who is pledging money on there will be added to the end credits of Let's Plays. I'm going to be adding end credits to Let's Plays. That's another change that's going to kind of be there. So during the end of Let's Plays, when I'm reviewing the game, we're going to zoom out the game and we're going to have the credits kind of roll by for people who are supporting on Patreon. And then once the end review is done at the end of a Let's Play, I'm going to move on to a Q&A section, so that way people can ask questions and I can answer them kind of at the end of a Let's Play for just kind of like fun things, or just like maybe even serious ones. Although trying not to make it like a 30-minute Q&A at the end of a video, just like something like 3 to 5 minutes here and there, and eventually obviously they add up as we go along through Let's Plays. But yep, $1 will get you onto that particular end credit, and we'll also give you access to the Patreon kind of feed as I post kind of behind the scenes things. Maybe nothing kind of dramatic in terms of like, hey, oh, here's screenshots of this, and this. But I will be trying to post things on there about like, hey, how much I've recorded, what the schedule is going to be like for the week, and other things that I don't normally post on Twitter, because I kind of feel bad when I post something on Twitter that is not that is YouTube related. I feel bad about that, at least outside of like automated things or like saying, oops, hey, things are happening, this is why these aren't going up. But outside of that, moving up to the $5 tier, the $5 tier will give you access to the Discord. There's already a good few hundred people who are in the Discord, and while not hundreds of active people, it's a nice community. There are some really great people on there. So if you want to join them and chat with them, that option is there, as well as obviously in the future I hope to do more Discord community things, so you get a little bit more of a chance to join when we do games that can support like 10 to 20 to 30 to 50 to 100 people, whenever we can find them at least. So I'm hoping that's kind of there. And then moving on to the $10 tier and up, I didn't know exactly what I wanted to do for here, because there's a lot of options, because I looked at a bunch of Patreons and there's a lot of things that I'm going to do eventually once I'm like ahead of myself on YouTube work, so that way I can just give you guys more rewards. But for now, at the $10 tier, you'll get access to a kind of dedicated private-ish Patreon room. Other people can look into it, but only the people who are $10 and up can type into it. So that way there isn't just like hundreds of people typing in one room, unless hundreds of people donate $10. That's a possibility, but I don't expect anything. But yeah, so with access to the private room, you will be able to vote for patron Let's Plays, because I'm going to be starting to do at least one Let's Play a month that people voted for from the silver tier and up. And then in the future, if the Patreon gets up to the other goals, I'll try to do 2 or 3 Let's Plays, or kind of combining hours. Like, say, I think for one Let's Play, 15 to 20 hours, that's kind of a good kind of max, because I don't want to be like, oh, hey, I'll do one patron Let's Play, and then someone just throws up an 100-hour game like Persona 5, and everyone votes, yeah, do a 100-hour game, GaLm, and that's my month. No, I want to be a little bit cautious with that. So, somewhere between 15 to 20 hours currently. And then as the goals get up to, say, like $600 or more, we'll do 2 or 3 Let's Plays, or a really long Let's Play up to like 40 to 60 plus hours. This channel will also allow you to ask questions a little bit more directly than, say, going to like comments or Twitter, where things can kind of get buried down a little bit more. I'll probably have like a hashtag or something for that channel, so that way people can go like, oh, hey, here's a question for the Q&A specifically, and if it's something super simple that I can answer in the chat, maybe I'll just answer it there. But if it's something that I can be like, oh yeah, I'd love to answer for like the 100th time what my favorite color is, it might be green, I don't know, then I will put it in a video. And then at the tier above it is the $20 tier, and for that tier, anyone who donates to that, obviously that's quite a bit to donate. And so for people who do that, obviously you also get access to the same one that the $10, they get access to the room, the same people for $10, but you also will get access to or not really access, but you'll be able to have your name show up at the end of every video, because I'm going to be changing up my outro, so that way I can have an outro on everything from multiplayer to single player and co-op, whereas beforehand I only posted it for single player stuff for my outros, and so you'll have a special thanks dedicated to you and the other people at this tier, so that way you can just kind of have that there for every single video, whereas with the end credits, that's just kind of like one video at the end of a Let's Play. At this tier as well, I know there are a lot of games that I play that will have like custom characters that can show up in the campaign, such as XCOM or Death Road to Canada. I think at this tier, definitely you get a little bit of first dibs on having these characters show up. I'll go out of my way to be like, hey, this game's coming out in like a week, and hey, I'll make these characters. And so that's kind of there. And then in the future, hopefully I will be able to do a little bit more for the people who donate to $10 to $20 tiers, and then also the people who are donating to the $5 and $1 tiers as well, because I want to do things for y'all. If it's generally possible, who knows? Maybe we can do cool things, or even just like, maybe not even for like online. Maybe we can have pizza parties. All right, let's have a fucking pizza party, guys, at some point. Anyways, I ended up going into a little bit more detail, basically talking about the entire Patreon rather than just giving a quick summary. So I apologize for that, but I guess that's kind of how this whole thing is going to go. So outside of the Patreon and I guess also Twitch subs, you also can get access to the Discord. If you're already a sub and don't know that you can get access to the Discord, there is a way to do that. I don't know it off the top of my head, but you can very quickly just like go to your Discord, tie it to Twitch, and then join off of that synced up Twitch account or Patreon account or whatever, I think, or just look up videos on it online. But so that's another option to get into the Discord, and with that you will also get emotes. The last time I did an update video, I said I was going to be doing like commissioning the emotes, but now we actually have emotes, and they look really, really nice. And hopefully in the future, as we get access to more emote slots, I will commission more and more, or even get like ones that are like seasonal or just relevant to the game, and those will be fun to have too. So besides Patreon and Twitch subs, which again, none of you guys have to feel obligated to donate. Just watching videos or even just being around occasionally, it's totally okay. If you're super busy and can't watch, or you never watch again, that's all right. If you came to this video, it had to have been for a reason. But besides that, the changes to the channel, the changes to the way I'm going to be handling things on the channel. Obviously, I already summarized it a little bit. A lot of the changes that I'm going to be doing are going to be changing, so that way I can be allowed to record more content, so I can post more content, which is something I've been not able to do as much over the last couple of years, just because of varying circumstances, from just like things coming up from moving or helping other people move, or just kind of like mental funk days, which I've been having more and more of. Just a lot of things have come up, but I gotta take action. I gotta take action for things so that way I can actually get stuff out for you guys. And so I'm doing that. We're taking action for it. Obviously, the first thing would be the editor. In the last few update videos, I talked about getting an editor. I actually want to have 2 editors, one for multiplayer stuff. Originally, he was going to be for kind of like everything, but I think that I was kind of very stingy. I kind of held off, and I was like, oh no, I still want to do my single player stuff. I still want to do my single player. I'll edit it. Don't worry. And so I kind of put it off. But now I've realized, hey, you know what? He can do the multiplayer stuff. He can do the things that can be cut down a whole bunch, and that would be pretty nice. So that way I can post things that are a little bit more grindy or just kind of like very long form, like say Fortnite or PUBG or like Town of Salem, a little bit more consistently. He's currently going through like VR chat, so I'll be posting a lot of the VR chat highlights onto the channel once I get things set up for that. But yeah, so we have an editor for that, and then I hired another editor to just try and focus down a little bit more on things that aren't as like super cut down. So that's going to be things like my single player Let's Plays or my co-op Let's Plays, or just kind of like very quick multiplayer things that I can kind of throw in there. So I want to try to be a little less stingy with it, because beforehand, I kept on being like, oh no, you know what? I can handle it. I can record like 10 hours, and then I can edit all that 10 hours in like a couple hours. But then what would actually end up happening is, oh shit, I got to post this soon. So I'd record like 2 hours, and then I'd spend like 2 hours just trying to get to the point where I can edit it, because it takes like an hour to transfer footage and get the peaks built and actually get it open in Vegas. And then I got to edit it. And so what would end up happening is I'm like, oh, I'll get footage to you. Don't worry. Hold on. And I just keep on delaying over and over and over again. And I can't do that. So while I'll still probably edit some things that I can get like in kind of like the short form, because sometimes I do need something like the day of, I just need to send the footage and just go, nope, just bite the bullet, boom, throw in that. So that's one thing we're going to be doing a lot more going forward, just sending stuff to editors, so that way I have the time to just record. And really that's the point for a lot of changes, including I'm also hiring an assistant as well. It's not like an IRL like secretary or something. No, he's online. And he's been a part of the community for a very, very long time. So he's going to be going through, and he's going to be scheduling the videos, actually putting in the titles and the tags and the descriptions, and actually even doing like the thumbnails themselves. And that's going to free up a lot of time for me as well. So that way I'm not just stopping in the middle of recording going, wait, hold on, I haven't scheduled a video, and then I don't get back into like recording for like 3 days or something. That happens. All these things happen a lot. There's so many little random things that'll come up and be like, oh, well, I guess I can't record, or, oh, well, shit happened and I lost time in the day. And it's been bad. I've been wanting to do so much more, because I know that I still enjoy doing Let's Plays, right? There are a lot of people who are like, I'm going to cut down on what I'm doing because I just don't want to do that. But I want to do more. I want to cut up. But I'm going to have to cut down on some things so I can do more, which honestly, I feel bad about it. But at the same time, I also understand that that's kind of like a very common thing to do as you kind of like move forward as an adult or while doing business, paying other people to do certain things so that way you don't have to do them and can focus on other areas is a very, very common thing in life. And thankfully, I can afford a little bit of that, so that way I can get you guys more videos, and we can start doing things more on time again, rather than just being like, oh, well, the new God of War came out and I'm 2 months late in posting it. Oh, well, the new David Cage game came out and it took me weeks to even free up time to be able to record it. No, I don't want that. I want the game to come out. I want to record it the day it comes out, and the day after that, maybe the day after that, and then if it's like a really long game, then maybe a few more days after that, and then be done. And just keep on sending the footage over and over and over again to the editors, and just go, that's it. All right. And then I upload that, and then, the assistant will help with all those things. I'll still be setting up the base titles and the thumbnails and tags and things like that. But obviously, if I'm not the one who is scheduling every individual video for every individual time slot, it's not nearly as much time as I was spending when I set up the 12,000 plus videos that we've uploaded on YouTube since 2009. So those are like the biggest hierarchy kind of like changes, just hiring other people to help me out so I have more time to do stuff. So that way we can do what I've been wanting to do, which is just anywhere between 6 to 10 videos a day. every single day, no hiccups whatsoever. No, oh, I woke up at 8 p.m. so I couldn't post a video until like 9 p.m. or something. No more of that, because they're going to handle it, and they're going to make sure, hopefully, to also keep me on the ball. Be like, hey, GaLm, you haven't sent us any footage. I'm like, oh, you know what? Here you go. You're right. So that's going to be nice. And then outside of that, I'm also going to be making some changes to the presentation of things a little bit as well. Some of these help out with time constraints. Some of them don't. For example, titles. We are going to be changing the way I do titles. I know some people like the way I've been doing titles, and I like the way that I've been doing titles, where I have every single series have kind of like a dedicated name for it, and they're somewhat, some of them are kind of nice. I really like having nice individualized like titles for a series, so that way it's like, oh, hey, here's a Let's Play on Prey. What is the series called? Quarantine Protocol. It sounds really cool, and it's a lot more unique than just Let's Play Prey. But I feel like I spend way too much time trying to think up names for the series, to the point that there are so many times where I'll have the videos uploaded for that series, and then I won't post it until like 2 or 3 days later, when I finally go, oh, you know what, that's a name I could use for it. Or until I get further into a game and go, oh, I can use that as the name for the series. So we're getting rid of those kinds of things, not entirely, but for the most part. So things that already have a series title, those are still going to have those, not going to get rid of those. Things that I can easily think of a series title, so that like, it just pops into my head immediately. It's like, oh, well then, yeah, there you go. That will have it. But for the most part, every series will just now be the game title and then with GaLm, or the game title and then with GaLm and others. And so it's going to be like, oh, hey, God of War with GaLm. Evolve 3, where the hell did this come from? With GaLm. That, right? So those are going to be, that's going to be a title change. That's going to be nice. While it's not going to be as fancy as beforehand, it's going to allow me to just post series without as much of a time sink. Just going, I don't have a title for it, and I don't have the time to think of a title for it. I'll just leave it there. Because there's just been so many videos that like take months for me to post, just because I'm like, I don't know what I'll call it. Just leave it off to the side. And that's bad, right? So instead, get rid of that. And then if they get individualized names, whether it's for like a series overall title, or like, hey, here's a VR chat video and here's where I got VR married, it'll have like, hey, the wedding day and like the title as well. Those will kind of be there as well. But for now, it's just titles are simplified, and I'm not going to be the one handling like a lot of the titles. That's going to be on the assistant for that, and that'll be kind of nice. Which will also lead into the thumbnails. Obviously, with the titles being kind of reduced down, thumbnails will also kind of be simplified a good bit, just because all the text for the series titles is pretty much going to be gone for most things. So from now on, it's going to be the logo, the number, and then you're still going to have the screen cap, but instead of having like an unblurred screen cap, we're going to have a blurred screen cap with the thumbnail art over it. And it's probably going to take a little bit of getting used to. There, I know there are some people who are like, I don't like thumbnail art. I've seen comments that literally are just like, I don't like when people have thumbnail art. It doesn't feel professional. And to like partial extents, I agree with them, but I like thumbnail art. I like when a series has like, hey, here's the person playing as a character from that game, or here's a thing from that game, like chasing them. I think that looks nice. So while we're not going to have it so every individual video has a different thumbnail wildly, because if I'm posting anywhere between 200 to 300 videos, I'll just be broke. That's that. No, we're gonna do it for per series. And so say for example, we have Detroit Become Human. My commission for that's just gonna be me as like one of the androids. They'll even like the little blue light thing on him, and the suit. State of Decay 2, which I'm gonna be doing. Me in like a kind of a grunged up outfit we're doing zombie apocalypse with a tire iron. I'm about to swing. Maybe even have a zombie in there. Those kinds of things, that's going to be how thumbnails are going to look going forward. Right now, the person I commissioned for it is on a trip/vacation, so it's going to be probably more to the middle of June to the end of June until I actually roll that out. So thumbnails are probably just going to get super simplified, but still kind of be like the way of like, hey, here's the logo, here's the logo of the game, the number, and then just a normal screenshot, which will look a little bit empty in comparison to what we're currently doing for most of it. but it is what it is. And for like something again that's already ongoing, we're going to keep the title. So for the God of War series, Path of Vengeance for pretty much everything until we get to God of War 2018, and then I either come up with a title or not. I don't know. That's pretty much a lot of the visible changes. The other visible changes would be I'm probably going to commission, different art for like my YouTube picture profile thing for Twitter and YouTube and Twitch and other sites, just because the one I've been using for any of them, a lot of them are just kind of like a year or 2 or 3 old. And so time to update them a little bit. And then another change would be descriptions. People probably don't care too much about that, but descriptions, I'm going to shrink them down a little bit. Beforehand, they were super bulky. I would put in like, hey, what is the game? And then I would put in like a piece of text talking about the game, either from like the Wikipedia dedicated to the game or the Steam page, or I would type in a little blurb about it. But now we're getting rid of that because that added just like a whole paragraph of just nothing that most people didn't care about. Some people did. And then that's one of the reasons why we kept it kind of going for a while, because a lot of people like the titles, a lot of people like the description. And it was nice seeing people be like, hey, I actually really like that. It's a little unorthodox and kind of messy looking, but it helps to inform me a little bit, or I just like the series title. And so I've kept that up because I like those kinds of comments. And I like that we were a little bit more unique. But instead, what we're going to be more unique in is actually getting fucking videos out rather than just like, I've got really nice titles, but I barely post anything. No, I just want to have content for you guys. And so that's what a lot of it comes down to. And that's pretty much most of the changes for things. I want to have more time to be able to record, and then because I can hopefully will be able to record a lot more and just send off the footage to other people, I will just be able to keep recording. And eventually I'll be like 1 or 2 or 3 weeks ahead of myself in Let's Play content, and I can do other things. I can do more Twitch streams. I can play games that I would usually kind of save off more to the side or put off more, like say Rainbow Six Siege or Overwatch. Those games, I still like them. I just stopped playing them because they took up a lot of time to play, and I was constantly running out of time for shit to do. And so I'll have a lot. It'll be nice. And then in terms of like the Patreon, as time goes on, I'll think of more and more things, or maybe y'all will suggest some stuff for the Patreon, and I can be like, oh, you know what? That's a great idea. We can have the pizza party or a pancake party, or obviously not a lot of people are going to meet in real life, so it's like, okay, we'll have Discord games and just have the community just rush into a game and have fun with something, or hey, we're gonna have a Discord movie night or something. Although that one's kind of odd because it's kind of a pain in the ass trying to watch things with people online. But yeah, no, I'm hoping to have more fun with things as we go forward. And then obviously there's still other things that I'm going to be trying to do. Again, the VR room and the couch co-op, I have them up, not completely set up because I still have to like do things around the rooms, which I will have more time for. I'll be able to clean the house without being like, I actually should just prioritize recording right now. It'll be nice, but I can set up things a little bit more. I can move on to do those VR things and the couch go up a little bit more often, which will be nice. So that's pretty much all the changes that are at the top of my mind right now. Obviously, things are organic. We'll make changes and go with the flow where things are going to be. If I find that like, hey, now I'm super ahead of myself. Hey, I've lost weight. I'm way more mentally sound. Then I can just kind of like I can get more of a workload on myself, or just continue to record more and more and do like 50 to 60 hour recording weeks. That'd be nice. But that's pretty much it. In terms of games that are coming out around now that I'm going to be doing, State of Decay 2, Detroit Become Human, Dark Souls Remastered, there's a game called Vampire, and a few other things. Currently have The Forest. That's the first thing that's kind of being edited by the guy who's going to be doing some of the Let's Play stuff. And that's a lot of the things that are going on right now. And there's going to be more games. Obviously, I still intend to play and finish everything else that I intended to. Mass Effect Andromeda and all those other DLCs for things, or stuff like Civilization. Hey, if I actually manage to do all these things, I'll have more time. I feel less obligated to like rush into just some completely different thing. If I can go, oh, I've got 2 weeks. I can finish this game. Yeah. So we're going to wrap up here. Thank you guys for listening to this update video. Hopefully, I will be able to do all the changes that I talked about. Because I'd love to get back to just posting stuff constantly and just getting Let's Plays done for you guys. I hate taking like 2 or 3 or 4 months just to get through like one game or like a few games in a series when like if I were just recording without any interruptions at all, I would be able to get through some of these in a week rather than like 2 to 5 to 6 months. So I'm looking forward to that. I really hope that I can manage to actually get all these things going forward, and it'll be nice. But for now, we're going to end off this video. Thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for watching. And if you happen to donate, thank you very, very much for that. And again, you don't have to feel obligated to do it. So even if you don't donate, don't feel bad. Thank you guys so much, because I wouldn't be here without you guys anyways. So I hope to get you guys a lot more content. I hope to get you guys a lot more videos, and we're going to hopefully have a lot more fun, especially because, hey, we have E3 coming up, and you know I'm going to do it. You know I'm going to stream some E3 stuff, either couch stuff with the boys down in Austin or just us. We'll see. Keep an eye on Twitter for that. But I will see you guys later.